EZG wears a bra right under his tank top.
Welcome, everybody. Here we go. It's that time again. Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious, bright, sunny, kind of warm, kind of not that warm, but warm enough downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. Streaming everywhere. You can go to mattconnerton.com for all your streaming options. Click Listen Live, of course, on WMNHradio.org. And hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online. And, of course, on the Facebook, on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And the show does go up on all the podcasting platforms later on. But if you are joining us live, it is wonderful to have you with me today. I have a surprise for everyone in just a moment. But today is Friday, March 19, the year of our Lord. And the Year of Our Eunuchs 2021. I haven't said Year of Our Eunuchs in a while, but the reason I mention it is coming up today at 4:30 we will be joined by EZG Eric Gagnon via Skype. Yes, he is feeling better. He got a good night's rest. He is rested and ready to do his entertainment report. Please, someone alert Scott Robinson because he's got some Amanda McCarthy tour dates coming. It's going to be very exciting. I think I speak for all of us when I say I am quivering with anticipation and or excitement for EZG's entertainment report coming up at 4:30 and we're all looking forward to that. That's going to be wonderful. I do want to remind you, of course, that we are proudly sponsored by I see that, Abigail. We are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot. I'm always nice. In the Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan, right across the street at 1000 Elm Street. You can get delicious gourmet pretzels. You can get craft beer. They have wine. They have trivia night on Thursday nights. If you want to go in there, it's a great place, very safe. The staff is masked at all times, even out back in the kitchen. The tables are nice and spread apart, and they do clean and sanitize diligently and consistently, which is very, very important because we're still in it, my friends. We are still in the COVID era, and they take it very seriously at the Hop Knot. So very important to, they want to keep themselves healthy, of course, and the staff there and the wonderful family that owns and operates it, but also all the patrons as well. So please check out the Hop Knot. You know, a couple nights ago, Jenny and I got the, I still forget now if it's a pizza pretzel or a pretzel pizza, but whatever, it was delicious. We finally got it, brought it home with us, and magnificent. Enjoyed it very, very much. So please check out the Hop Knot. They do Sunday brunch, by the way, as well. So that's something to keep in mind, too. And soon, very soon, I am told, they will be setting up for the wonderful outdoor dining, just like they did before the winter. So we look forward to that. So one of our wonderful sponsors here at WMNH, the Hop Knot. And let's see. Well, let me give the numbers, and then we'll say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat. And like I said, Eric will be calling shortly. 603, or Skyping, I should say, 603-250-6007. That's for you to use the phone number, 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton, or email me, matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to call me live at 603-250-6007. And by the way, just a brief programming note, because it is Friday. Coming up after this program at 6 p.m., of course, we have Granite State of Mind with the great Rob Azevedo. And then I'll be back tonight at 7:30 for Retro Spectrum Radio with Paul E.C. And, of course, I have the honor and privilege of being Paul's co-host on that program, along with our great friend Dan Randlett. So for that, Paul sits in the captain's chair, and I'll be at the news desk, and Dan will be on the couch, and the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead will be in the corner as per usual. So you can look forward to that. So if you get to 6 p.m. today and you say, "Oh my God, I need more Matt Connarton," I'll be back at 7:30 with Paul and Dan. So it's Friday is a long day, but I do enjoy it. Let's see. So we'll say hello to everybody in the chat room. See who we got in here. Brian Mackey from Idaho says, afternoon all. Mike Pelopita joins us from Queen City Cabinetry, another one of our wonderful sponsors here at WMNH 95.3. Mike is a big supporter of the station and all the shows here. Says, good afternoon, Matt. Hi, everyone. Wayne Noel is a top fan from Michigan. Says, afternoon all and happy Friday. Stephen Light is in the Facebook live chat, also known as DJ Steve of Happy Wheels. Says, good afternoon, happy Friday. Jenny, of course, is in the Facebook live chat. Abigail Gem joins us. Eric Street, who is a top fan, says, good afternoon. Is today the last day of winter or the 19th day of spring? Well, what Eric is referring to, of course, if you're a regular listener, you know this already. By my calendar, March 1st is the first day of spring. I declare it so, and so it is. So it's the 19th day of spring. But we have been having pretty early spring. I mean, it's been, no major storms, and we've had some really warm days. So there you go. There you go. Jenny says, shalom, by the way. Christian Lacoste, enjoying the audio. He says the audio sounds great. And Christian, by the way, for the first time, here's a programming note we have to mention. Christian Lacoste, unless there's been a change that I don't know about, Christian Lacoste is going to actually be on the morning show with Peter White on Monday morning. Can you believe it? Christian hasn't been on the morning show in a long time. There was a time when we thought that Christian was persona non grata, to throw a little Latin at you, on the morning show with Peter White. But apparently Peter is going to give him a chance to join them on Monday morning. And, Christian is hopefully prepared. He has on this program sat very recently next to the giant cardboard Peter White head in the corner. So I think he's ready. Abigail says, sounds like They Might Be Giants. Yes, that was Your Racist Friend by They Might Be Giants. I like to play that song once in a while. Eric Street says, yesterday I learned that Ron, who calls the show frequently and has become friends with Gonzo, Ron doesn't have a computer. Maybe he needs a tablet too. Yes. Well, you know what? I could, you know what I'll do? So when EZG calls in to do his entertainment report, I can bring that up with him and I'll ask him. Maybe Ron would benefit from the tablet purchased for EZG by Brian McKay. And maybe Ron can figure out the password. I don't know. We'll have to see. I do have to say, when Eric called the last time and I brought up the tablet, he didn't seem to want to talk about it. By the way, that envelope of magazines is still here. Just mentioning that. Let's see. Wayne says, hey, Matt, looks like no one wants to play with you today. Oh, no, Easy G's going to play at 4:30. Brian Mackey says, next person to get a tablet will be me, LOL. And Dan Lavasser is asking, is the tablet working? Well, we'll try to get an update on the tablet when Easy G calls at 4:30. We will try. Like I said, last time he didn't really want to talk about it. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, Matt, Ron, what's happening?
Ron, would you like, it's not really mine to give away, but would you like Easy G's tablet if we can finagle that? Could you use a tablet?
You know something? That's very generous of you. I appreciate it. But I can't. They used to call me, everybody always, all my life calls me Shaky, and it's Shaky for a reason.
Oh, yes.
I got shaky fingers and hands. I got an old-fashioned phone and with the raised buttons.
Yes.
And it's all I could do to push those buttons one at a time without double-clicking. I could never use a computer or a tablet or anything because it's just too complicated with the touch-type thing. So thank thank you. I appreciate the offer, and there it is.
I can kind of relate, Ron. You know, I also have shaky hands and fingers, but I consume approximately 6 gallons of caffeine per day.
Yeah, well, I do a little bit more caffeine than I should, but
yes.
Just something I grew up with.
Yes. But, Ron, I mean, is part of the problem just that maybe our discussions with EZG about his tablet just kind of make it all sound like more trouble than it's worth?
Yeah, I don't know. I never gave it any thought. I mean, from ECG's perspective, sure.
I mean, he can't figure out the password.
World, no.
He can't figure out the password, and he has to go to Cricket Wireless, and it's just this ongoing kerfuffle.
Well, yeah, that could be a pain in the neck. I wouldn't. I got passwords already that, every once in a while it was like, shoot, what was that password? And then, so I don't need any more passwords. That's for sure.
Yes.
I guess I'm just happy with the old-fashioned phone. Yes. I don't believe in. Not that I don't believe, but I could care less about texting or anything else. If you got something to say, call, say it, and finish it, and be done with it.
There you go. All right. Well, fair enough.
And stay off the highway. Stay off the roads.
Why?
Excuse me, with your phones, texting and calling and all of that.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you firsthand the accidents that could happen. I don't know, 15 years ago, I was talking to a friend, and I was trying to find something, and I said, hey, listen, I had a lot of traffic here. I gotta hang up. I'll call you later.
Yeah.
So I hung up the phone, and then in the back of my mind, I was still looking for that number. So I started looking in my glove console between the seats.
Yes.
And I would look forward, bam, and there it was, all from a phone call, a cell phone call. So
yes.
Luckily, nobody got hurt. It's just what a pain in the neck.
Yes, you do have to be careful, and they did. It's funny though, they passed a law here in New Hampshire, as they have in many states, about no texting and driving. But from what I understand, traffic accidents actually increased because what people started doing is when they would be texting while driving, they were looking down, because they were trying to hide they were trying to hide the phone so they wouldn't get pulled over, whereas before they at least had the phone kind of at eye level while they were driving. But it is
right. I can see that. I never thought of that, but I can see that happening.
Yeah, but it is generally a very bad, very, very bad idea to text and drive.
It is. I'll leave it. I'll let it go in a minute. But I've seen some things either on TV or in the newspaper or wherever. They're tear jerkers. Make you cry like you couldn't imagine. People that have lost loved ones because of someone texting.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Take it serious.
Absolutely. I agree. All right. That's a good message, Ron. We're with you.
See you later.
All right, my friend. Thank you for the call. Bye-bye. All right, that was our friend Ron. By the way, Mike Pelopita in the chat room says, EZG's dad stopped by the showroom this morning. Oh, very nice. The king of all farts paid a visit to Queen City Cabinetry. Mike says, we spent about an hour talking. What a very nice man. I told him he is more than welcome to come by anytime. I loved the stories he shared with me. Oh, I'll bet he's got some stories about EZG. Well, that's very nice. We've never met. And by the way, if you don't know, that's what Eric refers to. That's how he refers to his father on the morning show. He calls him the king of all farts. I think, I assume it's because Howard Stern is the king of all media. EZG's dad is the king of all farts. Personally, I'm not a big fan of names that include any sort of flatulence in the name. But I didn't name the guy. It's not my fault. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, I appreciate you mentioning that the law of unintended consequences.
Yes. How are you, Dave Ridley?
I am the same as I was yesterday, maybe a little tireder.
And
it's kind of busy on deck over here with this FBI raid.
And you're a day older too.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of an FBI raid?
Well, no, the one that happened on Tuesday.
Okay.
It didn't happen. I mean, it didn't happen within 5 miles of me, but it still affects me. I feel I'm spending a lot of time trying to make sure that this is in the press as much as possible.
Yeah. Now what? So, do you know what happened to Free Talk Live? Are they just done? Are they off the air? Have you figured that out?
They are partially on the air, which means they're partially off the air. If you go to freetalklive.com, there are no archives showing as having successfully uploaded since the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
However, they have been doing something, and I am having trouble finding sometimes what they're doing.
Oh.
But people are uploading a broadcast to YouTube during normal hours, and there's other stuff they're doing that I'm not seeing. But I did listen to a full show from 2 days ago that they did go ahead and do, but like I said, that for some reason it wasn't going to freetalklive.com.
Oh, okay. I'm just always.
Well, the main thing I keep forgetting, they're on 100 radio stations, even though I listen to them on the internet. So they aired on their radio stations, I think.
Oh, they did broadcast live on the radio? See, that's what I was curious about. You know, I'm a radio nerd, so I was wondering, because they are a nationally syndicated show, like what happens when, well, I guess what happens when the FBI raids your studio where you broadcast from.
Yeah, well, it was forced entry. Many of the windows were taken out, broken, glass all over the place, outside and inside.
Yeah.
They took a lot of equipment. They claim was this
they
time,
did.
like they've been raided before, but last time I think there was an attempt to not really interfere with their on-air capability much.
Yeah.
And this time the claim is that they were interfering with the on-air capability.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But anyway, I just wanted to mention that I have scheduled a demonstration tomorrow, 1:15 p.m. Saturday, at and against Keene Police Department for their involvement in supporting. They were only involved in an indirect way, but they were involved in like either traffic control or they were just there and did some stuff. And that's enough for me to be concerned. I don't think they should be helping the FBI.
I didn't know that they were, but they weren't. Are you saying the Keene police weren't part of the actual raid itself, but they were kind of there doing traffic control and things like that? But they didn't enter the building. Just the FBI?
That's what they claim, that they were there in just kind of a support capacity. I don't know all the details. There's also a claim that they did not use the Bearcat, this controversial armored vehicle. But there were two armored vehicles, I guess, at the Leverett Street studios of Free Talk Live, which is in a residential neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was also, whatever traffic control was done did involve at least one road blocking.
Okay. Yeah. Are they on? I've never been there. So are they? Is it an entirely residential neighborhood, or is there anything else there, or is it all just homes?
Yeah, pretty much. If you go 2 blocks east, I think there's a former school, but I was thinking now it became like a TV studio, and then it became something else. And,
okay. But there's not there's not a lot of cars moving through there typically, I would guess. No, and it's possible that they blocked a road without inconveniencing people in any large sense. But there was, an image of yellow tape all the way across the road. Oh, okay. Now, why are you having? So you're having this demonstration at 1:15?
Yeah, 1:15 p.m. That's just for logistical reasons. That's just when I can get there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah. So I'd rather protest at the FBI office in Bedford, but I can't easily get there. I don't have a car.
Yeah.
And it's also difficult. I have protested there before. It's difficult to do because it's kind of on quasi-private property, so you can't get very close to it.
Yeah, well, also, too, I would guess that on a Saturday, there probably won't even be anyone at the FBI offices, or maybe there.
Yeah.
So you'd
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Right. But anyway, yeah, so that's just, if you go to, as usual, the eye of the storm is still functioning, and that's shiresociety.com, and I'm posting the details about the protest there. If you go to the forum there, you can find the details.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Well, we appreciate the update, Dave. Please give the Ridley Report a plug.
RidleyReport.com, now redirecting to Ron Paul web forums until YouTube lets me upload again.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay. All right, Dave. Well, good luck with that, and be safe this weekend.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Dave Ridley leaves us. If you want to get in with a quick call, you can, 603-250-6007. In a few minutes, we will be joined via Skype, of course, by Easy G, Eric Gagnon. Let's see. We'll just finish saying hello to everybody in the chat room here. Oh, Abigail was asking, are you going to be nice to him, Matt? I'm always nice to Easy G. How dare you? Easy G is beloved. Beloved. And as I always remind everyone, whatever ball breaking occurs on the show, it's done with great affection. I mean, I would, if I had a child, I would ask Easy G to be the godfather. That's, no, I'm kidding. Jenny says, evil Maddie. No. Abigail says, poor guy can't get in a word edgewise. Oh, edgewise. Maybe I'll play one of their songs later. We had them back pre-COVID. We had them in studio with us. Angela Philbrook joins us and says, good afternoon. Oh, Jenny also said, good band, LOL. Yeah, Jenny and I went to see Edgewise. This was a couple of years ago now. They opened for LA Guns at Jewel. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
What's up, Opie? Matt Connarton.
I know that voice, although it throws me. I'm so used to the hoo-ah.
Hoo-ah.
There we go. How are you, Tony D?
I don't know, man. You're digging into the scandals. I keep seeing you posting stuff.
I've been, I've actually been writing. I've been working on a song about these matters that you refer to. I think I've got just like the chorus. It's how does it go? Like I like Tom Gully and I like Jesse, but Jesse doesn't like Tom and neither does Tony D. Something like that. It's a start. I think that's going to be the chorus because I'll repeat it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's coming along.
It's so Mersh is now he's involved. Now Mersh has a really strong following.
Yeah, from Nightwave. He's a MAGA guy, right?
I think he is.
Or does he associate with MAGA people?
I think Jesse's people are MAGA people too.
Well, that's what Chris James was saying from Not Even a Show when he was, or Roy Taylor was saying. I don't know. I don't know if these people are political. I don't get the impression Jesse is, but maybe he is. But I did want to say, and Tony, since you're on the phone bringing this up, I'll mention it now. I know the other day, there were some people, and I did get a message from a specific listener who, isn't a big fan of all that stuff, but what we were doing and with Jesse calling and that conversation and whatnot. But what people might not realize is, yes, it is a political talk show, and sometimes we go down these side streets, but also too, Jesse is dealing with he's been deplatformed. He's been kicked off of YouTube. And deplatforming is an issue that we do discuss a lot on the show. Deplatforming, First Amendment issues, cancel culture, political correctness, all of this stuff, Section 230, which we've talked about a lot, which shields social media companies like YouTube and Facebook from being sued for what their users post. So it's, like I said, Jesse's not political, at least not overtly, and neither is his show. But what he's dealing with this deplatforming does fit into one of the issues that we do discuss quite a lot on the show, and will continue to. And we discuss issues of media and censorship and all of it. So it all fits in, is what I'm saying.
Well, you're also dealing with, and the interesting thing is you're dealing with a guy who has went onto his platform and has gotten people kicked out of college from his show.
Are you talking about Tom?
Guys, talking about Mr. Gully.
Yeah.
He has blatantly stated that he has gotten people kicked out of college. I don't even know who this guy is. He has nothing that backs him.
Well,
he was like,
let me ask you this, Tony, because I hadn't, it's been such a hectic, busy week here, but I finally got to it last night. I watched, I didn't quite get a chance to watch the whole thing, but I finally watched most of a recent Pod Awful episode, and I'm not saying it's awful. Pod Awful is the name of the show that Jesse PS does, about Tom Gully. And again, I like Tom Gully, but he was talking in the show. He was explaining a lot. And now I understand better some of the comments in the chat room from the other day about Tom fights with children. I didn't know what that was about, but apparently Tom, Jesse explains that Tom got into a fight online with some high school kids who were calling him something, which we're not gonna get into that part of it. I want nothing to do with that. But some high school kids had insulted him, and then Tom. But I don't know if Tom ever is claiming he got anyone kicked out of college, but rather Tom.
So the episode that was pulled down, by Tom. In that episode, I guess Tom really had to pull that down because he let the cat out the bag. And me being the recording person that I am to get content, I didn't record the bits that I wanted to get.
Yeah.
And he was talking about deplatforming Jesse, getting kids kicked out of college. He's not someone to mess with in the broadcasting world. His hierarchies that he knows in the industry could hurt you, and all this, that, and the third. And, he pulls this rhetoric that is just so blasphemous. It's like, what? And like me being a former internet radio guy, I'm still involved with it because I love it. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. The internet radio world is a lot greater than the FM radio world because there's so many people that you can get involved with.
Right.
And like, there's just so much controversy that happens. And then when you get an FM guy, which a couple shows do, they get involved with the FM guys. They start getting, targeted on FM radio. So then the internet radio starts going on to the FM radio, and it's like this back and forth battle.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that that's where you are. You're not in that realm of all that, but the pot has been stirred, and now it's like, I've responded. I've sent my thing out, and I'm waiting for a response. And hopefully today at 6, I get a response today. So I directed it directly to Tom Gully. And, hopefully, I get a response today, and then we'll respond back again and go back and forth, from there.
So you've posted something?
I sent to his email so he could play.
Oh. But
it's not nothing threatening, nothing like that. It's just talking about how you're a fake radio show guy.
For him to play on his show?
Yeah, because what he does is he'll take clips and he'll play on the show some clips.
Tom?
So
I didn't think he did that.
Yeah, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He'll play it?
He'll play clips.
You think he'll play it, though?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
He might.
Yeah.
He might in response. I got to watch where I post things, man.
Yeah.
So,
no, I know. Yeah.
I'm being very careful with how I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And also the wife was like, be very careful also. So
just to clarify one thing though, because what I watched last night in that show, Jesse was talking about Tom when he was fighting with these high school kids. He told them, and he's not necessarily wrong to point this out. He said, you have to be careful about what you say about people because someday you're going to be applying to college. And once you put something out on the internet, it's there forever. I mean, you can try to get rid of it, but it never really goes away. So
it never goes away.
Yeah. So these high school kids are,
it's like a bad, it's like they always say, don't ever send a nude out because it'll wind up coming back to haunt you 20 years later. And you see that with politicians. You see that with politicians and stuff like that.
No, it really is true. And in the era in which we live, especially over the last decade, there are people who've had to learn the hard way. People who've posted themselves doing illegal things or whatever on social media because they're young and dumb, and at the time they think it's funny. and then, maybe later it hurts them. Maybe they can't get into the college that they want to, or they do, and they go and they graduate, and then they try to go get the job that they want, and somebody does a background check, and then there's some pictures that show up of, drug photos or something. And, people, it should be a cautionary tale, not just for young people, but for anybody. Be careful about what you put out there, because it can really, it can really screw with your life. And people don't always,
your future.
Yeah. People don't always consider that.
So, but that's all I got. I just, I'm trying to. This is more between Mershon and Jesse.
Yeah.
I just responded back. I don't know how deep it's going to get with me and Tom, unless Tom really wants to really start digging deep, which we can start doing that. Because I'm full bore, ready to open up on them.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, because of the scandal. The scam that I got scammed into with Good Talk Radio. So it's,
right.
And Charles Richardson wants to get in on it too. But there's a bunch of people that are behind me that say once I open that floodgate, they're going to join that little show that we do to put these people on blast. So
yeah. Ooh, I know what that means. The young people say that.
Oh yeah.
Put people on blast. Yeah. I got to start working that in.
Put them on blast.
Put them on blast.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'm glad that Easy G's calling in today. So.
Yes. He should be Skyping in any moment. And you're probably looking forward to some Amanda McCarthy tour dates. For all you know, she might be coming down your way.
Hey, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's rock out to a little Amanda McCarthy.
Yes. Well,
because he is the manager for Amanda McCarthy. He did make her famous.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that he'll never say it because he's very humble, which is one of the things that we love about our friend Easy G. But I do think it is safe to say that Amanda owes all of her success, or at least roughly 81-82% of it to Easy G.
I agree.
Maybe even 83%. Quite a bit.
All right, man. Well, I'm painting the ceiling now.
Oh,
so
very good.
I'm going to listen to you, and yeah.
All right, Tony D. Thank you for the call, my friend.
I'd be good.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, our friend Tony D. I'm so used to saying from the Tony D show, but actually I think he's leaving that behind. He's making his return, or maybe the new show is going, or no, I think he's keeping the name. That's right. But he's making his return to FM terrestrial radio in a couple of weeks, or maybe it's a week and a half, but really looking forward to that. Very happy for him. And Easy G is Skyping in. Easy G, is that you?
I think it is.
Oh, very good. Very good. Welcome.
Just to give you a heads up, my father doesn't like that name anymore on the radio.
Oh no, he doesn't want to be the king of all farts. All right. Well, we have a call. Perhaps this is him calling to correct me. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this? Hello. Oh, hang on. I apologize. Trying to do too many things at once. Oh, they're gone. That was my fault. I messed that up. I got confused for a moment. Call back, caller, please.
Maybe it was the Phantom.
The Phantom. That's creepy. I don't like getting calls from the Phantom. It creeps me out. It makes me very nervous. Now, Easy G, I have to ask you a very important question.
Peter White gets a phone call from the Phantom.
Oh, I know. Isn't it? It's scary, isn't it? It's like what's going on there? Christian Lacoste says it must be Barry calling. Anyway.
I hear he's going to be on the Peter White Morning Show, so good luck to you on Monday.
Oh, yes. You should mention that again, too, during your entertainment report. Now, Easy G.
Good luck, Christian McCloskey.
This is very important, though, Eric. Before we get to your report, I need to know this. Now, today, the Biden administration has apparently fired and some of the people that they didn't fire, they're working remotely. people who apparently have used cannabis in the past, because that is still illegal. So I need to know, Easy G, before we allow you to go forth with your entertainment report today, have you used cannabis?
No, never.
Thank goodness. All right. I've been worried.
Biden got fired today because they used marijuana.
Yeah, we'll probably cover that in the second half of the show today. I am not impressed with the Biden administration's handling of that. It's incredibly bizarre to me that that they've decided to do that. The very short Cliff Notes version, because I know we want to get to your report, but the short version is. There are some members of the Biden administration allegedly who are kind of told, look, it's not a big deal. Go ahead on your disclosure form. You can acknowledge that you used cannabis because everyone, almost, except you, Easy G, but virtually everyone has at least tried it at one point or another, and it shouldn't be illegal anyway, but our elected lawgivers and overlords continue to make sure that it is. In most states, 14 states, it's now fully legal. But I guess it's turned out some people have acknowledged that they did in fact use cannabis, and they've been given the heave-ho. And it's bizarre. It's like, why? What is the problem here? I don't think the Trump administration even kicked people out for that.
That's weird. How many people got fired?
That I know of so far, 5 have been fired, and there may have been some suspensions.
Yeah,
it's very
Donald
strange.
Trump may not fire people for marijuana use, but he certainly fired a lot of people on his team over the years.
Right, yes, and on his television show. That was like a big thing during The Apprentice. He'd say, "You're fired."
Yep.
Or, I'm sorry, or he didn't say it that way. He'd say, "You're fired." He just would say it kind of quickly, "You're fired."
He likes to fire people.
Unlike Vince McMahon, who says, "You're fired."
Yeah, true.
Yes. That hurts my throat to do that, by the way. Don't let me do that ever again, Easy G.
All right, I'll do that ever again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like you're looking out for me. Also, too, any update on the tablet?
Yeah, I come up with a permanent solution, but I'm not going to announce it on the radio.
Wait a minute. What? That sounds a little ominous. You've come up with a permanent solution, but you're not going to announce it on the radio?
I'm going to keep it to myself.
You're going to keep it to yourself?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Let's just move on to the report, please.
Did you give it to Ron?
No.
Okay.
Ron doesn't want it, so.
Ron doesn't want it. Oh, one more. That reminds me, too, one more thing, Easy G. Speaking of Ron, and for those watching online, you can see, I have a manila envelope in my hands. Now, either the envelope full of periodicals that Ron left here for you to take, either that is still here, or this is the infamous manila envelope given to me by Stephen Comley Sr., full of secret documents.
I'm trying to give away the vanilla envelope to the friends over at the Kyle Off the Mark Sports, and they said one guy said, "Oh, no, thank you," and the other guy said, "No, I'm all set."
Which envelope do you think this is, Eric? Care to guess?
It's the one Ron brought in.
Let's see if you're right. It might not be. This might be the envelope full of secret documents given to me by Stephen Comley Sr. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I'm blushing already. This is definitely the one from Ron. And I dare say, Easy G, the women in these publications, they are scantily clad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll put this back. You don't want it. I understand. I mean, well, do you when you go to church, do you do confession?
Places I go to, they don't have the confession part. It's only in the Catholic Church.
No opportunity to confess. That's why you can't take them. I understand. Now it makes sense. Mike Pelopita calls it an envelope of sin. That reminds, that'd be a good name for a band or maybe an album. That reminds me, Easy G. One other thing. I don't know if you saw this or heard me talking about it, but Mike Pelopita. Oh, yes, of course you heard me talking about it because you mentioned your dad doesn't like to be called that anymore. But yeah, but yes, Mike Pelopita met your dad and said he had a lovely conversation with him.
He Facebooked me earlier this morning, so I knew it earlier.
Very good. Do you think your father told him embarrassing stories about you?
I think every embarrassing story's already been told. So I don't think there's anything you can.
I don't know, Eric. I have a feeling there's always more. It's like Doritos.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it.
Would you like to unburden yourself with any embarrassing stories today?
No. I'm all set with that.
Now, Gonzo...
already said too much.
Gonzo in the chat room says, why does Christian Lacoste get to go on the morning show, but Eric, who is a huge part of the station, not? Oh, that's a great question. Why is that, Easy G? Why aren't you on the morning show?
I don't know. I haven't been on since December 1st, but what are you going to do?
Have you had a falling out with the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead? He does look a little annoyed with you over there in the corner.
For a while, I was mad, but now I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh, you were mad? You were mad at the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead? What about?
Yep. I made us think about it a while back, but
you're so
I got more important things to worry about than being on the Peter White morning show.
You're so mysterious, Easy G. I know what the more important things are that you have to worry about. What you're going to do with that tablet, whatever mysterious thing that is. All we know, the only thing you've told us is it's a permanent solution.
Right, so let's move on, please.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's just move on to the report.
Oh, you're very anxious to do your report. Well, before you do that, we got to play your music.
He was once
yes.
around the way. Easy.
You want to know about stock market crashes, COVID-19, drive-bys, celebrity gossip? Easy G's gotcha. Entertainment report style. That's why I'm easy.
'Cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, set, go.
By the way, Eric, Christian Lacoste in the chat room says, I'll take it off your hands, but I don't know if he means your tablet or the envelope of sin.
Yeah, he can have the envelope of sin.
Oh. All right. You got some entertainment for us, Easy G?
Yeah, I'm just working on it this afternoon.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna dedicate this entertainment report to. I'm guessing you never heard of this guy. He's a preacher, and he has a little organization. I think it's down in I forget what town, what state it's in, but he's a preacher. He tried to become a priest, but it didn't work out. So now he's a preacher, and he talks about the good Lord and all that fun stuff. His name is Matthew Kelly.
Matthew Kelly, wow! I thought you might like that the horn.
He's an author. You ever heard of him?
I've not heard of him, but Matthew Kelly is a very generic sounding name, so, there's probably a million Matthew Kellys out there. I could change my last name to Kelly, and I'd be Matthew Kelly.
A little video, like about 4 minutes, and you can listen to it. It's called the Best Lent Ever, and then he has one for the Best Advent Ever.
Right. Those are things I don't participate in, although I was raised Catholic.
Yes, so was I.
Don't you have to sacrifice something for Lent or something? Don't you have to give something up for Lent?
I'm not technically in the Catholic Church, so I don't really give anything up. Oh yeah, I do give something up that me and my father do every year. We give up beer and cigarettes.
Wait, but I don't think you smoke or drink beer, do you?
I know, that's why it's easy to give it up.
Oh.
It's a running gag my father do every year.
Right. Well, that's something you have in common with former President Donald Trump.
I'm just saying, I can honestly say I never had a beer in my life, okay? Well, I've never had alcohol. It's one of my only good traits. I don't drink.
Don't forget to check out the awesome place down on across the street from the SNU Arena called Studio 550. You can go 550yards.com or give her a ring at 603-232-5597. And I believe that the Easter Bunny is still hanging out at the Mall of New Hampshire, so you have to make a reservation.
Well,
highly recommend it. It's there from March 18th to Saturday, April 3rd, and you can take a photo taking one. Of course, you got to wear a mask, social distance. I believe even the Easter Bunny's wearing a mask. That's all protocols with the age of COVID.
What gender is the Easter Bunny, Easy G? Do you know?
I think the Easter Bunny. I always thought he was a woman.
Did you literally just say I always thought he was a woman?
Yeah, maybe he's a guy. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Now maybe Barry will call in and enlighten us. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, EZG.
I never really thought about it till a few seconds ago when you asked me. To be honest with you, I don't really thought about it too much.
Yes. Well, please investigate if you would. Thank you.
All righty. I've already announced all these things, so I'm not going to do that again.
Oh, we might need to hear them again.
Yeah, there you go. So this one here, the Celtics have had an up and down season, but they're going to be still playing. And their next game is tonight versus the Kings, and then they're playing Monday against the Magic, and then the next day against the Grizzlies. And if you're looking forward to seeing the Bruins the next two games, they have been canceled because a couple of the Bruins have COVID. So that's not good.
No. By the way, so Scott Robinson, your biggest fan, EZG, is in the chat room, and he has a question. He says, will the Easter Bunny be having live chicks for the photos?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
There might be a zoning issue with that. The Easter Bunny might not be allowed to do that.
Fisher Cats are back, and they're going to be having the tickets are sale right now, March 15th. So you can call up 603-641-2005, or you can go down to the ticket booth and get yourself some tickets. It's going to be another ferocious season of fun over at Fisher Cats. I think it's their 18th season this year. It'll be interesting to see how they do, because as you all know, they didn't play last year.
It's going to be a ferocious season of fun. There's going to be, now, would you say there's going to be ferociousness or ferocity? Which variation of the word would you go with? I would go with ferocity.
All right, and then last weekend we had our weekly racing over at Phoenix.
Glad we settled that.
And this week is going to be, March 21st at 3 o'clock on Fox. The Atlanta Folds Honor Quick Trip 400. I believe there is an honor for the veterans. And then the following week, they're going to be a Motor Bristol Food City Dirt Race. They haven't had a dirt race in many, many moons. And that'll be March 28th on Fox. A lot of people are looking forward to that. Oh, yeah, if you're looking forward to watching the UNH, I believe what may have been on TV, or 610 WGR this Saturday. You're not going to believe this, but
I'm not going to believe it.
Because of COVID. So I don't know if they're going to make that up. This is awful, awful news.
Melanie Laliberte says, I don't think dead chicks are allowed either for the Easter Bunny there.
Yeah, true. And we're looking forward to the Red Sox. They've had a couple of days off in spring training, but they're going to be going hot and heavy on April Fool's Day. And it's not a joke. This season will begin. So hopefully they won't have a lot of trouble with COVID, but why do I have a feeling that they will?
Yes, I think you're right.
Regular season, and that'll be the first game to kick off. And of course, they're going to do a lot of traveling, so I don't know how that's going to work out. And then March 25th, the NBA trade deadline. I look for the Celtics to try to be active, because their season is 20 wins and 20 losses, so it's not very good.
I recommend being active. It's good for your heart, gets the blood pumping, good for cardio. Now, Gonzo has a question, EZG, an Entertainment Report-related question.
Okay.
Gonzo says, Eric, do you know if Christian Lacoste will be performing live on the Peter White Morning Show with Peter White?
What do you mean performing live? Are you playing guitar?
I would presume so, yes. Or perhaps doing some magic tricks.
I would have to say no.
You're going to say no on that. All right.
And then, the NHL trade deadline is April 12th. So I'll be interested to see what happens on that. And don't forget to check out Queen City Cupcakes, so tasty on Elm Street. And you get a free cupcake on your birthday. And all you need to do is give them your email, and they'll send you a coupon. And you bring the coupon in, and you get yourself a free Queen City Cupcake.
Oh, Gonzo says, okay, thank you. Christian Lacoste is asking, wait, the Red Sox are getting hot and heavy? Is that what you said, EZG? The Red Sox are getting hot and heavy?
I might have said that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Bobby Champagne is asking, what's a bunny got to do with Easter? That's an excellent question, EZG. What say you?
Yeah, Easter bunnies have always been circulating. Easter Easter bunnies have always been a thing for Easter.
Yes, that's right. Melanie says maybe the bunny can sacrifice the chicks for the kids. Ooh, that'd be very goth.
Your local Hannaford, you can get your Peeps. I know you're a big fan of those Peeps.
I am not. Jenny likes the Peeps. I think the Peeps are disgusting.
I feel bad that I gave those, but I was told your better half ate them all.
Well, some of these Easter candies I think are kind of repulsive. Like, for example, when I was a kid, and this is 100% true, when I was a kid, I loved Cadbury cream eggs. I would eat them for breakfast if I could. And now, as an adult, the idea of eating a Cadbury cream egg, I cannot even tell you how nauseous it makes me. Actually, I can tell you. It makes me extremely nauseous.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yeah. Peeps. I'd agree with you when you were telling Jenny the other day about corned beef and cabbage. I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan of the corned beef and cabbage either.
I'm not a big fan of cabbage, especially.
Yeah. And the corned beef, let's be honest, it's the food of Satan.
Well, I don't know about that, but just
no, it is. Trust me, Satan. That's what he eats.
Big NFL news. Obviously the Patriots have made a lot of moves, so I'm hoping that they will get a better quarterback because if it's Cam Newton as quarterback with all these new guys, it's still not going to matter if they can't get a guy to throw the ball down the field. So I'll be interested to see what happens because I don't think Cam Newton's going to bring them to the Super Bowl victory. And speaking about that, next month is the NFL draft, April 29th, 30th, and my birthday on May 1st is in Cleveland, Ohio, the 86th NFL draft. And it was big news today that the NFL just signed a new TV contract, and they can say to the TV people that we're going to drop off after 7 years to get even more money. But right now it's a 10-year contract. I don't know if you heard this before. $100 billion.
Did you know? Or maybe this was what you were just talking about, and I'm just repeating what you just said because my mind was wandering. But did you know that apparently Amazon is going to be showing NFL games on Thursdays? Amazon.
Who is it?
Amazon.
Me for a minute.
Kind of on a phone call. Can I wait a few minutes?
Yeah,
I just be in that mattress up.
All right, about 20 minutes I'll have it.
Okay, let me know.
Yep.
Oh, what was that? What's going on there, Easy G? This is a first.
My neighbors just need some needs help to move something. I told her about 20 minutes.
So it sounds to me like I could kind of make out what your neighbor was saying. It sounded like your neighbor was saying, "Oh my God, are you on Matt Connarton Unleashed right now? That's my favorite show." Is that what she was saying?
No idea what it is.
That's what it sounded like to me. I'm pretty sure.
NHL in a new contract, and it's for a lot less money than $100 billion.
Okay, we have another. We have a very important entertainment report related question. EZG. Gonzo is asking, do you know what seat Christian Lacoste will be in on Monday morning during the Peter White Morning Show with Peter White?
Say that again?
Do you know what seat Christian Lacoste will be in on Monday morning during the Peter White Morning Show with Peter White?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Do you think he'll be sitting near the giant cardboard Peter White head, perhaps?
If he doesn't behave, he might sit in the bad seat like I've done in the past.
Ooh, the bad seat.
Yes. That's where you go.
Yes.
So, hope he can behave for Christian Lacoste. It's been a while since he's been on the show.
Yes, or Christian Lacoste even. Oh, Scott Robinson is asking if that was your ex, your ex-wife.
Next door.
Okay.
I forget her name.
Nah, maybe you and her can get something going.
No, I don't think so.
Rocky Huber is in the chat room. He has his own speculations about who that might have been.
All right, this is my next door neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Is that what they're calling it now?
The Majestic Theater news here called you're on majestictheater.net, and you can or you call 603-669-7469. You can make a donation, or you can get some gift cards, or it's the 30th anniversary of the Ted Hebert's music's Majestic Theater, and he also runs the Ted Hebert's classes where you can get virtual or in person.
Oh.
And right now, coming up March 26th to the 20th is Disney The Little Mermaid Junior. Disney The Little Mermaid Junior. Yes, the youth and teens, and it's going to be a live stream on Majestic Theater. It's going to be a live stream, and you get all the information. Like I just told you on MajesticTheater.net.
We have we have a call, Easy G. This might be someone with a very important entertainment report related question. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, Matt. Hi, Eric. This is Ron.
Hi, Ron.
Matt, this is a message for Gonzo. You better go check up on your baby. He might be looking for some horseradish, and cut Eric some slack.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ron.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, Ron.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. So Ron would like Gonzo. Gonzo, if you didn't hear, Ron wants you to get your baby some horseradish, I think. Can you feed a baby horseradish? I don't know the answers to these questions, and that's one of the reasons why I've never wanted children.
It's probably not a good idea, no.
Right. You have no children. How do you know?
I've never had children, but I have a feeling it's not a good idea. And speaking of another event coming up at the Majestic Theater is April 18th, the Majestic Piano Man.
Ooh.
Robert and his friend Keith. And it's going to be an in-person event, but it's very limited tickets. But I heard the other day on his show, when he talked about his events, that there's still some tickets left. Or you can do it virtually on YouTube.
Now, Rocky has a great merchandising idea. He says we should make a T-shirt of Easy G in a tank top so Christian Lacoste can wear it on the morning show. That is a fantastic. What do you think about that, Easy G? That's a fantastic idea.
Crazy. Yes, I just got an email from the Majestic Theater, and they're going to be have a lot of events on Zoom in April virtual classes. So if you're interested in you're a teen, you're looking to improve your theater atmosphere, singing and acting and dancing, the Palace Theater is where to go, palacetheater.org, and you can find out. Every Friday night they have a virtual event, and you can also give them a donation and get some gift cards. And they're also having virtual Zoom camps, and it's $200 a person, April 26th to the 30th, 2 to 6 grades, 10 a.m. to 1, and 7 to 12, 2 p.m. to 5. And it's also run by Megan Quinn and Hunter and Friends.
Melanie has a question for you, Eric. What does Easy think was born when the prince and ex-mermaid had kids? Fish or person?
I don't really know.
I would imagine perhaps a fish person. I don't know who has the dominant genetics in that. And Christian Lacoste is asking, Eric, do you know what questions Peter will be asking Christian on Monday?
Just be ready. Some of them could be an embarrassing question.
They could be embarrassing. Yeah, well, Peter White would never do that. And Christian does not like the T-shirt idea that Gonzo came up with. Denied.
All right.
Denied.
All right.
Yeah.
And next Friday is going to be a Zoom hour meeting, probably on Zoom. I might click into at 7:00 and talking about what's going on in the relay coming up on June 5th. Is it June 5th? Oh yeah, June 5th on a Saturday. And like I said, right now I've still raised $1,552. I'm still the top fundraiser. Well, we're not the top team. The top team has $1,600.10. $1,610. We're pretty close to them. So that's pretty exciting. And like I said, if you want to go to my Facebook page, you can always hit the donate button if you so choose.
So we want to clarify. So this is for the Relay for Life, which you've done which you've done a phenomenal job with, Eric. We're all very proud of you, raising money to fight cancer. And your Facebook is Eric Gagnon. We want to make sure people know your Facebook page name so they can.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So they can get to it. So if they want to donate through you, because you've done such a fantastic job. What did you say? What did you say your total is?
Still at $1,552.
That's fantastic. I just that you've been able to break 1,500 is phenomenal. Well done, my friend. Well done.
Of course, in the wrestling world, this Sunday is Fastlane, So it'll be interesting to see what happens then. And then it's WrestleMania a week
Life in the fast lane.
Monday Night Raw. I don't think it's going to be at the I don't know if it's going to be at the ballpark or not. It might be. And then, of course, Tuesday is going to be the Hall of Fame night. I don't know if you heard there's 2 new inductees in the Hall of Fame.
They're doing, so WWE, because they missed it last year, they're doing 2 years' worth of Hall of Fame inductions this year for 2020 and 2021, from what I understand.
It's going to be virtual. And the first 2 inductees so far are Molly Holly, which I think is lame.
I don't. I think she should be in.
And then Eric Bischoff. Didn't he get fired from
he should definitely be in. No, he wasn't fired. His contract was up. I mean, he was fired in storyline, but not really. But he should definitely be in, right? Eric Bischoff.
And then, of course, Wednesday and Thursday they have an NXT 2-night event. I know that's at this ballpark in Florida.
Yeah.
And the tickets are on sale. It's run by the main sponsor is Snickers Bars. Are you a Snickers Bar fan?
No.
So then the battle right now is they want to have Visit Man wants to have 75% fans. So I don't know if they'll allow that or not. But it is Florida, so who knows? But I think it's a bad idea. It seems like a super spreader event to me.
Scott Robinson is asking if the Hulkster is going to be inducted this year.
He is with the NWO. And it's funny you should bring up the Hulkster's name. Hulk Hogan and breaking news today. Titus O'Neil are the host for the weekend.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know if it's going to be such a good idea because sometimes when Hulk Hogan is around now, a lot of people boo him.
Yes. Now, Gonzo is asking.
You pay big bucks. The highest tickets right now for wrestling are $2,500.
Now, Gonzo has an important entertainment report question. Will Christian Lacoste be doing a meet and greet on Monday?
Probably not, no.
Probably not, okay. And Brian Mackey is asking, is a mermaid a fish?
It could be. So, like I said, the wrestling is going to be all week. So, if you like wrestling, April. The wrestling week is going to be starting on April 5th and all the way to the following Sunday. So it'll be very exciting if you like the world of wrestling. If you don't, well then you're screwed.
Now Rocky Huber is asking, how about Mr. Socko? Is the Sock in the Hall of Fame?
I think the wrestler is, but I don't know about the Sock.
Mick Foley is in the Hall of Fame, certainly, but we're not sure if Mr. Socko was inducted with him.
I don't think so, no.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a big golfing fan, the 85th Masters, a tradition like no other. They were already talking about it today on the March Madness. The winner gets a green jacket. April 8th to the 10th. I always like to say that Phil Mickelson, who has the same birthday as my father, won the jacket years ago, and the first time, and he was so excited to win it that he slept in it all night.
I imagine it was quite wrinkled.
Yeah, he was just so happy to get that green jacket finally.
Now, a green jacket is very dangerous if it stings you, so I wouldn't want to wear that.
Yeah, and some people consider this the best weekend in sports because, of course, they changed it to Friday today to start the madness because of they had to get 7 days of testing for COVID. So they Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then the following week will be the Final Four, and the championship game it will be April 5th. And then the women are starting. All the games are going to be in Texas, and the men are all in Indianapolis. And then if you're looking forward to the Frozen Four, it's going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I think that's where Tony D lives. I wonder if he's gotten his tickets.
Philadelphia. Now, Gonzo, this is very nice. Gonzo says, Eric, amazing job. This is referring to the Relay for Life. Amazing job. My wife and I would like to donate $40 in all you do. You should be extremely proud. Good work. Very nice.
Yes. I'd like to donate $40. You can go right to my Facebook page.
Yes.
If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can always write a checkout, and you can give it to Peter White, and you can make it out to the American Cancer Society, and then I'll go pick it up at a future date. Some people don't feel comfortable putting their information on the computer.
Right. And Scott Robinson's asking, who do you got, Easy, to win it all this year? Who do you think is going to win it all?
really haven't been paying a lot of attention, but I guess Gonzaga is undefeated, so I guess they got the best shot to win it.
Brian Mackey says, I'm so upset about this tablet thing. I don't know what to do. Uh-oh. Oh, I think Brian Mackey's he's upset about the tablet.
Don't worry, Brian McKay. I came up with a permanent solution. So don't waste any don't lose any sleep about it.
Yeah.
April 8th to the 10th, and like I said, it was supposed to be some games at the SNU Arena, which haven't had anything for a year because of COVID. But they said no, we're all set. So they threw it over to New York. So New York's going to host a regional coming up in a couple of weeks. I mean, not this weekend, but next weekend. It's funny because years ago I was there when the Frozen Four was. I mean, no, the regionals was there, and there was so many people there, Matt, that we ran out of food.
Oh, that's never good.
It was a disaster. People were complaining. They were swearing.
They were swearing? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the manager, the F word, and it was awful. So we did it again in a couple of years. It was a lot more organized. Yeah, we ran out of hot dogs and chicken tenders. It was just awful. My manager was screaming the F word. We ran out of food. And, it was awful.
And I assume the F word was not fork because there was no food to eat with a fork, right? Now,
he was going nuts too. Texas Mike was in the stand with me, and he was going nuts.
Brian Mackey says, it sounds like you're going to bury it. Are you going to bury the tablet, EZG?
I might have to do that, yes. The farm stand will be open 9 to 5. No, I'm not doing that. Closed Mondays. Open all winter, the Max Apples. I went there before. It's on 230 Mammoth Road in Londonderry, New Hampshire. And you go macapples.com, or you go 603-432-3456. Oh, yeah, a couple... one more thing. Oh yeah, the Hobnut on 1000 Elm Street. You get a Hobnut mat for $10, and then when you go, you can get another 10% off on. Yeah, you get 10% off when you wear it, and on a Thursday, and on Thursday you get another 10% off as Takeout Thursday.
Yes.
So there's plenty available, and they they don't do the delivery anymore. So in case you're wondering about that, I found that out.
Right.
You have to eat it there, or you can take it home.
Gonzo is asking, Eric, is Christian Lacoste going to be on Cruisin' with Mary this week?
The show this ended. The show was on Thursday, so he would have to Facebook her and set up an appointment. Again, I don't know. I'm not in charge of it.
What about next week? Is he going to be on next week?
I have a feeling it will be no.
Oh.
I got a couple. I just wrote down a couple of new Amanda McCarthy dates.
Oh, Scott Robinson, have your pen and paper ready, please.
Fun story on here. March 26th on a Friday, Nashville, Tennessee. Alley Taps is an event where Amanda McCarthy has people from Nashville or people from New Hampshire or her friends, and she's in charge of that event. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I read that on Facebook today. So
why do you say why do you say believe it or not? You didn't think she was capable of being in charge of an event?
Oh, she's very happy to do it. A couple of years ago,
and capable.
She was there for the first time, and the event, the person in charge ghosted her.
Oh,
and the event was canceled, but she still got her money, but she wasn't very happy. But now years later, she is in charge of that event, and she gets people to come by and sing, and she's very happy to do it.
Ghosted. The young people say that. Now, Brian Mackey says he wants an explanation about the tablet, and he says, well, Matt Connarton, I'm afraid I'm going to have to boycott the EZG Entertainment Report until I get the truth. He wants the truth.
Well, remember what Tom Cruise said. You can't handle the truth.
Oh, no. Wow.
Remember the movie?
I do, yes. That's from A Few Good Men.
Yes. Don't worry, Brian McKay. Thursday, March 25th, it's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, at the 404 Bar and Grill. And then next month, he's going to be playing on Sunday, April 25th, a new place, Milton, Georgia, the Painted Horse Winery and Vineyards. Wow. And this is another new date, April 5th on a Monday, the Jolly's Ollie's Pizza and Pub, Hendersonville, Tennessee. And then Saturday, March 27th, the BS Brew Works, he's played there before, in Springfield, Tennessee. And then another new date, Sunday, April 18th, the Copper Top Bar and Grill, Huntsville, Alabama. And then April 16th and 17th will be in Georgia, the Bradley Bar and Grill. And then Wednesday, March 31st, at the Brentwood, Tennessee Suits Hotel. and it should be there again on April 7th. And then March 29th, he's playing the Nashville, Tennessee again, the Belcour's Taps. And this is a good one. April 2nd, a Good Friday concert with Awakened Church. That's an interesting event. And I don't even know how to say this word, so I'll just say the letters SMYRNA, Tennessee. So I don't know how to say that word. But. And then April 24th, he's playing in Nashville, Tennessee again on a Saturday, the Lost Patty Irish Pub and Restaurant. She's played there before. She's got a lot of dates on the horizon, so that's good for her. And then April Cushman, she's supposed to have another album, her first album coming out. And yeah, it's supposed to be coming next month, but I don't know if that's been confirmed. It's called The Long Haul, and Amanda McCarthy is a songwriter on the title track. So I haven't found out what the name of the song is, but eventually I'll find that out. And she's got a couple of gigs coming up this weekend, and it's going to be, here we go. Flip the page. It's going to be on, tonight, Friday, March 19th at 8 p.m. at the Pastor Loft in Milford. And tomorrow she's playing, I never heard of this place before, March 20th, Cheng Yang Li. It must be a Chinese restaurant.
Melanie is asking Easy G, she has a question for you. Why do they call it Good Friday? Seems like a bad day for Jesus.
Yeah, but it's always been the thing. At 7 o'clock, the restaurant in Bow. It's always been that Good Friday for some reason. That's the way the Catholic Church has done it over the years. Even though he dies on the cross Sunday, 3 days later three days later he rises, as they say, Jesus rises, and everybody's happy on Sunday.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Died for our sins, as they say.
Yes. Do you like the song Good Friday by the Black Crowes?
I don't know if I heard it before.
You have.
But so that's the end of the report. So I have to get going to help that lady next door to see if I can give her a hand or two.
Well, thank you, Easy G. It's another stellar entertainment report. I'm looking for your music here to play you out. Somehow I
heard that was a new egg on your. It wasn't egg in your face, but it was a new egg song. I never heard that one before.
Oh yes, by Beat Street.
Oh boy,
how did I can't find the. Well, I can't find it now. This is weird. Locate.
All right, I'm going to sign off.
All right, Easy G. Thank you. Yep. Bye-bye.
Whoops, it's still on. Whoops, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, well, take your time. Oh, Brian Mackey is asking if the report is over yet.
Yeah, it's over. I hit the wrong button here. Here we go.
Was once a thought from around the way.
You want to know about stock market crashes, COVID-19, drive-bys, celebrity gossip? Easy G's gotcha. Entertainment report style. That's why I'm easy.
'Cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Are you ready for start time? Let's find out. Ready, set, go.
Oh, Eric, you're still there.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to hang up.
Oh, well, we'll wait. So, what have you got planned with that lady? What you gonna do? You gonna do some Netflix and chill?
No, she's saying, help me move something. I guess I'm done. Yep.
Oh, you figured it out?
Oh, I'm still on. Wow.
Oh,
I guess I can't figure out how to shut it off.
Right. Well, what you can do is take the computer with you so we can eavesdrop on your conversation.
I'm not doing that.
Maybe she want a little little smoochy smooch. Hello? He figured it out. Wow. All right. Well, we are way past the top of the hour, but we do need to take a little break, show some love for our sponsors, and then we'll come back. More Unleashed coming up. Don't go away.
they're going to take out clean coal, meaning they're taking out coal, they're going to clean it.
Welcome back, everybody. We are way into hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire, also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester, streaming at mattconnarton.com, and of course, you can opine and interact via that page. Has all the phone numbers, all the social media links, the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page where the show is also streaming. Very busy chat room today. People really enjoying Easy G's Entertainment Report. So informative and entertaining. But let's see. Today is, of course, Friday, March 19, 2021. I do want to remind you, especially since we're going into the weekend, that we are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan right across the street at 1000 Elm Street. I will wave, but there is a slight delay, so they won't see it. But it's a great place to go. They have delicious gourmet pretzels. Jenny and I finally tried the pizza pretzel or the pretzel pizza. I don't know the correct order to put the words. I just know that the words have, or the name has, pizza and pretzel, both in the same name, which makes it wonderful, and it was wonderful. We got that Wednesday night, and so good, so good. But they have great pretzels. They have craft beer. They have wine. It is a wonderful, wonderful. Oh, I think Brian Mackey is Skyping in. Hello, Brian. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, Brian. You could try calling, but this Skype isn't. I pick it up and I don't hear anything. But give us a call if you'd like, 603-250-6007. It was weird. I don't know. Let's see. Bobby Champagne is talking about alcohol. Let's see. We have a call. Maybe this is Brian. Brian, is that you?
Yeah.
Hey.
It is. Hello.
Hey.
I don't know what's going on. Hold on, but
we're still time traveling.
I pick it up and I don't hear anything. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Let me turn. Okay. How's that? Everything good?
Yes, absolutely.
So I got to tell you, I'm a little twisted about this tablet thing.
It's very mysterious. He says he found a permanent solution, and he's keeping it to himself.
I know, and I'm, he's kind of put a pin in my giving nature.
Yeah, well, it's pretty demoralizing, I would think, to do something nice like that.
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable because, I like to, I like to give away things when I can, and
yeah,
this just doesn't. I'm thinking I should ask him to return it. I don't know. I'm looking for opinions.
I think that's a great idea because, or maybe don't. Well, so originally he tried to.
No. What I would love to do is PayPal you $20.
Yeah.
Have Eric drop the tablet off at the station. You throw it in an envelope and just mail it back. And I'll give it to somebody that really wants it.
Well, the problem with that is that gets me involved in it. And I don't know if I want anything to do with this.
Oh, all right. Well, you're the only one I know at the station.
Yeah.
So
no, I'll do that for you. I'm willing to do that.
I was kind of hoping you might. But
yeah.
Hopefully it won't come to that. Maybe it's not going to be buried.
Right.
But I don't want him to throw it under the bed and never use it either. So it's quite the conundrum on my end. I'm 2,600 miles away.
Well, I just it's just weird. Like he's talking about a permanent solution that he's going to keep to himself. It's very, very strange.
I don't think it's fair to say that. I think maybe that's where I'm coming from. I think if he's going to not use it, then he should just say it's too much trouble, and then we could all vote on what he does with it.
Right,
to make it a democratic thing.
This whole password thing seems to have really thrown a wrench into things. But he sounds like what he said, he found a permanent solution. It sounds like he's going to smash it with a wrench or something. I don't know.
Or drown it or something,
yes.
Weird.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Well, I just wanted to call in case he's listening and let him know how disappointed I'm feeling, and I hope the password thing has to do with what do you call it? T-Mobile or wherever he took it. So
Cricket Wireless.
Yeah, Cricket. Okay. Well, we didn't put a password in it. It went straight from Amazon, so it's Anyway, enjoying the show. Not understanding a whole lot about that Tom Gully drama, but I'll keep watching that. Wanted to say hi and tell Bobby and Christian hi out there. They're responding, and
yes.
I just I don't know. I'm a little confused.
Mm-hmm. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Well.
I don't know.
Well, it could have been worse. He could have donated. He could have donated it to a charity, but we missed.
Look at that. Christian said he never went to T-Mobile. Oh my! The plot thickens. Okay.
Christian works there now. He works at T-Mobile, so he would know.
Well, then he knows there's no password in a brand new iPad or Android Amazon tablet.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to throw my my sadness out there, I guess.
Yes.
For the weekend.
Yes.
Hopefully it all works out. But for now, I think I put a pin in my giving.
I don't blame you.
It's unfortunate.
I don't blame you at all.
He could get on our All right. Well, listen. Have a great show. I'll get off of here, and tell Jenny I said hello if you would.
I will.
Been a while since we visited. So.
Oh, okay.
I'll get off of here and I'll get back on the internet.
All right, Brian. All right. Thank you for the call.
Take care, buddy.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right, Brian Mackey leaves us, and please, absolutely, you're always welcome. And we have a special guest here at the news desk, Mr. Rob Azevedo.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Having a good show?
Yes. Well, of course.
That's good.
And it's nice. The weather is nice. It feels like spring.
It sure does.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
No doubt about it. And then what's on Retro tonight?
I don't remember what the theme is this week.
I was thinking about you guys this morning. I was out in Durham, New Hampshire, and I know you did the a couple weeks ago supergroups. Did you know Joni Mitchell, Tom Petty, and Billy Idol did a song together back in the 80s?
Joni Mitchell, Tom Petty, and Billy Idol?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
No, I didn't know that.
I know. Yeah, they sure did.
What was it?
I'm going to tell you right now. I think it was called I YouTubed it. It's a good one too.
Let me see.
It doesn't sound like Joni Mitchell. I can tell you that much. Joni and Tom Petty.
Let's see if I can. We'll see who finds it first.
Yeah. Well, you.
Let's see here. Is it Dancing Clown?
Yep. That's it.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it. I could think about maybe I could understand that Joni Mitchell did a tune with Tom Petty, but Billy Idol thrown in there?
See, I don't think I've ever heard this in my life.
I had never heard it before in my life.
I think I'll play it at the end of my show.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm curious now.
But that would be a supergroup.
Yeah, well, except but then does a one-time, I assume it was a one-time collaboration.
I'm sure.
Does a one-time collaboration count as a supergroup?
Yeah, we'd have to run it by Paulie.
Oh, Stefan knew it. Stefan Philbrook is in the chat. He says
course.
Dancing Clown. Yeah. I've never, I had no idea. Oh, that's interesting. Well, as you know, I mean, it got a little, you know, I have a much narrower definition of supergroup than apparently Paulie C does, as we learned on that show. It's like he was claiming Journey is a supergroup, and
yes, I remember you saying that
because Neil Schon and Greg Raleigh played in Santana. It's like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
As Joe Biden would say, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Shut up, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he said that to Trump. Oh, boy, I'll tell you.
El Presidente. Yeah, former Presidente.
Yes. Did you hear, by the way, about the in San Antonio, the wax figure of Trump
getting punched? I love it.
They had to put him away because people kept punching it.
I don't know what he's going to say. I think about that too. I go down to the one time I brought my kids down to Disney World in Florida. They have this presidential wax exhibit.
Yeah,
and all the presidents are talking and stuff like that. What are they going to have Trump say?
Oh, yeah.
China virus.
Yeah, probably, or something racist about
hopefully
Mexicans or something, yeah.
Or, drink bleach.
Yeah.
Or what was it? Coal? What were you just saying? You got to clean coal. We're going to pull it out, and then we're just going to clean it.
Yes. Oh, boy. Yeah, there's a lot of good sound bites there. I mean, obviously they have to find something dignified for that, but I don't know what they would pick.
He had a dignified moment,
Oh.
And this is right at the beginning of his term.
Yeah.
Within, I want to say, a month when Syria was bombed.
Yes.
And the children, he saw images of children basically being liquefied.
Yep.
And it was the first time, maybe, not even in the 80s, 90s, or in the 2000s, that I ever saw a human side of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But you could see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
Like it shook him. And that was, to me, the one and only presidential thing that I saw him do.
Yeah.
Or something that gathered had a hint of empathy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But that hit him. There was no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I had hope.
Didn't
for
we
the
all?
briefest of moments.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Well, what do you have coming up on Granite State of Mind?
Well, we have a really good group out of Portsmouth, formerly of Nashua, called Hunter. Have you ever heard of Hunter?
I know Hunter. I think I just saw her out in the hallway.
Okay. Yeah.
They've been on I've interviewed them on this show and my other show. Yeah.
I'm sure. I feel like the junior interviewer with you because I've been around for 9 years. How many years were you around doing it?
Oh.
You've probably got about
longer.
15, close to 15 or so.
Well, local Outbreak, the show that I do on the station in Plymouth, has been 11 years now.
Oh, okay.
And before that, I had a couple other shows too. So yeah, it's been a while.
So a lot of my guests, you warmed them up for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Could have been a year or so before, but yeah. So Hunter's here with I think a couple other dudes in her band, and I don't think they've played in a while, and I think she's excited to be here. So she's going to be here only for a half an hour.
Oh.
She wasn't too into the takeover element of it, where they get to play songs, but I'm going to try to talk her into it.
Yeah. I'll talk them into staying.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to them into staying.
There you go.
That's the show, man.
Well, very cool. So I'm going to start to wrap things up here. We'll play this. I'm curious to hear this Dancing Clown song, and we'll play some music for the changeover. But stick around. Rob Azevedo live at 6 p.m. with Granite State of Mind. Thanks, Rob. And he's got a great guest coming up, Hunter. And then I will be back tonight at 7:30 with Paulie C. and Dan Randlett for Retro Spectrum Radio. And if you missed any part of this show today, it'll be up in just a little bit, mattconnerton.com. Thank you, Brian Mackey, for calling in. Thank you, Tony D, for calling. And, of course, Easy G with another stellar entertainment report, although it may be the beginning of a brand new scandal. The scandal of the tablet and what is going to happen to it. So on that note, that will conclude today's Matt Connarton Unleashed. And that is it for me for now. Talk at y'all in a bit. Bye, everybody.